Yo, what up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Phantom Frequency. If you're just joining us for the first time, we love to get into all different facets of pop culture, wrestling, movies, anime, anything. We talk about it here on the channel. Click all the buttons below the video if you're digging the vibe and you want to support and become a part of our awesome community. We would love to have you. But with no further ado, let's get right into this review, man. Spoilers galore. It's The Fall Guy. Just dropped over this past weekend, Cinco de Mayo weekend, starring the great Ryan Gosling, one of the best actors working today, in my opinion, and one of the best actresses working today as his love interest, Miss Emily Blunt, up in the house, man, doing her thing as a director or character. Judy Moreno, who's making a sci-fi Cowboys vs. Aliens love story epic with Ryan Gosling as Colt Seavers, the fall guy himself, the stuntman himself. And we all, for those who don't know the premise, it's about a stunt guy that gets pulled into this whole situation when the guy that he doubles for ends up going missing after he barely gets back into the fold again after having a terrible accident and screwing up a whole production and whatnot on a terrible stunt that broke his back. And he wants to get the lady of his dreams back because he left her hanging 18 months ago when he ended up getting injured. Which turns out to be a whole plot twist in and of itself and all that stuff. But anyway, getting into the review itself, I dug the movie okay. I thought the movie was actually really good. I wouldn't necessarily say this movie was great, but I would say it was just short of being great. The one thing for me is the action and the comedy for me was working all the fucking time. Every joke pretty much lands for me. Maybe minus a few jokes really here and there. Not too many of them, especially all the funny dialogue going on with Winston Duke's character, Ryan Gosling, and mostly Emily Blunt's character as well. Very, very funny stuff going on. A lot of funny situations, like when he gets drugged and ends up fighting those dudes in the club and he's seeing unicorns and shit and sparkles flying and everything when he's beating the hell up out of these dudes. And then you keep seeing a unicorn all throughout the day and all that. There's so many fun bits and moments in the movie. So much incredible stunt work and action. You got to give credit to Ryan Gosling's doubles, his stunt doubles, man. You captured their stunt doubles. Bonus points if you know where that reference is from. But yeah, man, they did such a great job of making Ryan Gosling look even badass because they were breaking records and doing all sorts of crazy shit to get the stunt work going and get the stunt effects and everything like that. And it was really good. I really, really dug it. And I have to also say that the acting was really good, and there was a lot of great just overall chemistry with the actors and all the characters on screen. A lot of fun to be had, especially with people with pair-ups like I mentioned just a little while ago with Winston Duke and Ryan Gosling, and also pairing up Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling as a couple. I thought worked really well for the most part. They have really good chemistry together. You really do buy into them having some kind of actual sexual tension and them having some kind of relationship going on. Although I don't think necessarily the romance was the strongest point of the movie per se, I would say that's probably the weakest link. It still worked well enough because you have two really great capable actors in Emily Blunt and actresses, whatever the fuck, with Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling. So they did a great job in that regard. Really good stuff. And David Leitch is coming in here to direct this one, and he's one of the co-directors of the first John Wick and went on to do things like Deadpool 2, Atomic Blonde, and Bullet Train, which out of the three, not including John Wick, because that's one of my favorite franchises of all time, I would say that I love Bullet Train. That's probably my favorite film from David Leitch so far. And a lot of that same kinetic and frenetic energy really carries over here into this movie and the humor and everything like that, where that one felt like he was kind of playing around with some Tarantino meets Guy Ritchie type of vibes. This one definitely has much more of an 80s, 90s, like Shane Black type of feel to it, is what it kind of reminds me of. Shane Black mixed with a little bit of that 21st century meta type of vibe going on, or even a little bit of that 90s Last Action Hero type of thing going on. So really, really cool blend of different vibes and different kind of similarities to different action movies and heroes and things of the day. And it is actually a remake from an 80s television show with one of the legendary actors, Lee Majors himself, coming in there, being in the original Fall Guy and whatnot. And they do change up some things from the original show of like the actual stunt guy being a bounty hunter on outside of that. In this, he's not a bounty hunter at all. Ryan Gosling's character is simply just an American stuntman. So nothing else deeper, nothing else crazier. Just gets put into this wild goose chase and ends up getting framed for the murder that he's trying and disappearance that he's trying to figure out for the new stuntman that that Tom Speedman, I think is his name in the movie, played by Aaron Taylor Johnson, who was also very great in this movie, by the way, to very great effect. And yeah, so, but yeah. Overall, I would say the cast super strong. Don't want to leave out anybody. I definitely got to mention Hannah Winningham from Ted Lasso and other things like that. She was really, really good as the overarching villain of Gale, the Hollywood producer, and things like that. Like a much more like down to earth, or not down to earth, but a much more grounded and somewhat more realistic version of like a Les Grossman type character from Tropic Thunder, played by the great Tom Cruise, of course. Not getting so Weinstein and over the top with it per se, but I thought it had shades of that character for sure. And this movie in general has shades of that, definitely for sure. Not as like I would say edgy as Tropic Thunder, but definitely has a little bit of that similarity of a movie being made within a movie type of thing. So, you know, you gotta love that fourth wall break within a fourth wall break. 16 walls, bro. Come on now. We on a whole nother level. We're playing 3D chess in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? But but anyway, we're getting back to the movie at hand here. Some of my few criticisms of the movie, though, honestly, it's just paced. It's not paced the best. I do think it kind of really starts to drag towards the end of the second act going or the third act. Like somewhere in there, it feels like it's almost like a whole nother act is tacked on top of that just to kind of end things in a more bombastic, kind of more happy cliche kind of way. Where I thought the movie was moving at a perfect clip for the first like 45 minutes to an hour. After that, it did start to drag for me in spots, especially in the last 20, 30 minutes. So I would say the pacing is definitely a bit off in this movie for sure. I thought the overarching like villain twist and everything like that was pretty good, but I do feel like certain elements you could kind of see coming from a mile away. You know what I mean? But the one element I'll give him credit for, I didn't expect Aaron Taylor Johnson's character to have killed the guy that Ryan Gosling found in the bathtub. I thought this was a whole another thing where they thought they got the guy because someone was trying to get money or something from him, but it was completely a different thing than what I was normally or was initially expecting, which goes to show you why I'm not the guy writing these movies and they are, because they come up with much better ideas than I can. So, but yeah, man. So overall, it's a pretty solid movie. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this one. I forgot to score Abigail in my last review, so I guess I'll stick that in the video there. So if you've seen that video before this one, you might already know the score to Abigail. But for this one, I'm gonna go 7.75 out of 10 for me. It's really, really, really fucking good. But I wouldn't say great, just short of greatness. Almost there. You know, freaking Orson Krennic. You know, we were on the verge of greatness. We were this close, but we didn't quite get there. But it's still a really fun, kick-ass movie. I definitely recommend all of you get out there and check it out today. It's really, really fun. I really dug the film. Not necessarily one of my all-time favorites this year, but if I was doing like a top 15 to 20, I feel like this is definitely going to be a shoe-in for that. Maybe not my top 10, but top 15 to 20, I think The Fall Guys firmly cemented in that spot right there for sure. But let me know what you think about this movie down below. If you've already seen it, or if you don't care about spoilers, let me know why you don't want to see it, I guess. But hell yeah, man. Love to discuss this stuff with you guys. We got some more content coming at y'all. X-Men 97. We got some other cool shit planned out. Planet of the Apes comes out this weekend, so we're going to have a spoiler review the following Monday. Lots of cool stuff going on. So make sure you stay tuned. Don't sleep on any of the dopeness. And we'll catch you on the next one, y'all. Peace.